In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, Amen. My dear friend, it gives me always pleasure and blessing to meet with you around a new issue we need to discuss. The issue we need to look at this time is very important because we're facing a problem time and stressful time in our life with this coronavirus, which is about 8 to 9 months now. And you can see that we think it is finished, but still it comes again. And many countries around us start to come. So we said we fed up of this coronavirus, and we need to say, oh God, till when? So what we're going to talk about is be patient. Be patient. Wait and be patient. First of all, I like to say that to say something like till when, oh God, or how long I will wait for, this is not a bad point, because God wants to hear your heart. He wants to and He will accept your emotion. And these things is not just us doing it, but David, our king and prophet, was doing it before many times. So if I looked, for example, to Psalm 13, which is famous one because we repeat this in our early prayer in Agpeya. In Psalm 13, we can hear those words from David. How long, O Lord, will you forgive me? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long will my enemy be exalted over me? How long, O Lord? So David here expressing his depression, his frustration, his sorrow, his deep anxiety about waiting for long and waiting for God. So it is not wrong at all to really to express this feeling to God. The point is waiting for God to work. Does this give us frustration, or does this give us hope? And of course, when we look at David, the king and the prophet, we can find that even in that psalm, he always ends with a hope and positive view. So in his Psalm 37, for example, we find him saying that rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently. So he gave us a solution, that the solution for your frustration is to wait, but to wait patiently. This is the point here which I want to explain with you in this talk, that he gave us two words here, wait and patient. Are they the same meaning? Waiting and patient. Is this the same meaning? He's just using different language, or they are different? When I looked at the Bible, at those two words, patient and wait, I found that they are different. Patient, wait, is waiting for a result, while patient is waiting for long without expectation. And this is very interesting point. We will explain it more. So there are two levels of waiting. One level is to wait with expecting an answer from God. And the other level is to wait patiently for long suffering without expecting anything. It is just waiting for the sake of waiting, to become patient person. So that's what we are going to explain around. But when I also looked at the psychologists and what they are saying about wait, I found that they are telling us that the first level of waiting is anxious waiting. What's this anxious waiting? The anxious waiting means you wait, yeah, but you wait under worries, and you wait with anxiety, and you wait with stress, yeah. Some people, when they wait, for example, in a long queue or in the traffic light, they cannot keep waiting really. While they are waiting, but they are waiting stressfully, they get so agitated and they get sometimes so frustrated. Oh, this is for long. Why I need to wait for that? And this frustration of waiting can create anger, can create hostility, can create that they can really take a quick action, and that quick action could be regretted later. For example, I look to Moses. Moses, when he saw the Egyptian and the Jewish people fighting to each other, he knows that he is the one who's going to save those. So I now see Egyptian fighting with Jewish. I'm going to save the Jewish by killing the Egyptian. What happened here is even the Jewish, they are blaming him. So he's scared, he flee Egypt, and he lost 40 years before God asking him again to come and save. Why? Because he moved quickly. He moved quickly. Yes, because of the frustration. So, number one, you may be waiting, but if you wait anxiously, you are not going to do anything good for yourself, because frustration will never do good to you, but it will lead you to many mistakes. So I will say this anxious waiting is really impatient waiting. It's impatient. And very interestingly, that when I looked at the early father, I found someone like Irenaeus, Tertullian, Saint Clement, and even my friend Saint Augustine. They considered impatient. They consider the impatient as the original sin of Adam and Eve. They saying that Adam and Eve, they didn't wait to see the full plan of God for them, and they moved quickly, and then they disobeyed the commandment of God. So every original sin is coming from impatience. Right. So how we can move from that? You move to the second level, which is wait calmly. So Those people who are impatient and they cannot wait because it's under an anxiety and under stress, they put their nerve or their emotion on control. While to wait calmly, you need to get out of this. You need to put reasoning in control. You need to put your mind in control, to control your emotion and to calm yourself down. So, number one, to get out of the anxious waiting to calm waiting is to control your emotion. To control your emotion. So how can you do that? Number one, to control your emotion, yes, is to take time before you act. Take time. Sometimes they tell you take a breeze. Sometimes they tell you say something. Sometimes they tell you get your mind out of the problem by, if you are in a queue or something, look at your mobile, read something, say a song, something like this. To get out, they say stay away, stay back, to give your mind a time to control that. So this is number one. Control your emotion and don't take quick action. Number two is very important. Remind yourself with the good which can be in waiting. Many people, they get anxious because they think waiting is wasting time, while actually waiting reasonably could help you to see the good in waiting, the benefit of waiting. So I have St. Augustine here, my friend, to remind me that waiting with putting your mind in charge can let you see the little things in the waiting, the little benefit, the little good, he's saying. And he called this even mind. Use your even mind, which can help you to see the good in your waiting. Also, David the king telling me here that anger and anxious and anxiety will not help you, but it will harm you. Look at him in Psalm 37. Very important, this Psalm 37. Very important. Look at what he's saying in Psalm 37, verse 7 and 8. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently. Be still, calm down. Don't rush, don't move. Yeah? Do not fret when people succeed in their way. We see this sometimes, that people is passing me. I need to be quick. No, calm down. Don't look at them. Yeah? And then what he's saying is, refrain from anger. Refrain from anger, yeah? I said that quick action and frustration can lead to anger. Refrain from anger. Turn from worse, from wrath. Turn from wrath. Do not fret. It leads only to evil. It leads on all of those, anger, wrath, fret, it leads only to evil. So you need to calm yourself down because you know that it will lead only to evil. Remind yourself with those. So Number one, try to stay back and calm yourself by doing any of what I said. Number two is to remind yourself that anger will not help. Frustration will not help. Number three, try to remind yourself with the good. Try to find something good in the waiting. And those good could be that to be calm, because it will save you from anger and from wrath and from fret. Number three, which is very important to be calm waiting, is to trust God. Trust God. That's very important. Some people, or the people with anxious waiting, shout at God, where are you? Oh God, where are you? Why are you leaving me like this? I prayed. So he contacts the priest, and he contacts the bishop, and he contacts another one, and tell me what I can do. Calm down. Just trust that God has his timing. Not you. You did all what you can. Put it in God's hands and wait for God's timing. And make sure or trust God that the time of God is the right timing. Sometimes, looking at the Bible, I found amazing things. For example, the Elijah, who God told him that rain will stop when you pray and it will come back when you pray again. So he has a promise from God that rain will come back. So when I look at Elijah in 1 King 18, he told Ahab, the king, go now, eat and drink, because the sound of abundance of rain is going to happen. Rain is coming. So he's telling Ahab that rain is coming, all right? But look at him, what he did. After Ahab went to his home, Elijah also went up. He went up to the Kremlin, to the top of Carmel, the mountain, top of the Carmel. And then what happened? Not waiting for the rain, he bowed down on the earth, on the ground, and put his face between his knees. What's that? He bowed down, praying to God from his heart. Why you need to pray, Elijah? You have the promise from God. So just say, God, do it. No, no, no. This picture of bowing down, it gave me the feeling that he left it to God. He gave God the upper hand to work. It's not me standing up, it's you, God, now. And then what happened? He sent his disciple to the sea to watch if anything will happen about rain. And he started to pray. Then asked his disciple, anything happen? No, my master, not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. 7 times praying. Why is that, Ya Rab? Why you don't work on the spot? God has his time. And God also wants Elijah to pray and to keep insisting. Yeah? And then in the 7th time, the disciple said, there is a cloud as small as a man's hand rising out of the sea. Then Elijah told him, now we can go and hide because the rain is coming. So we need to trust God, and we need to know that if God is late, related to your timing, which he is never late, this lateness is for me to use the time and to trust him more and to wait for his answer. So, you need to trust God and you need to wait for his answer. Number 4 is to be patient. Patience here, when I looked, as I told you in the beginning, that patient here is waiting without expectation. This is the highest level of waiting, is to wait with no expectation, to wait for the waiting itself, because waiting can make you somebody else. You will be a person of waiting. You will have waiting and patient as a character in yourself. This is not my words. This is the word of the Bible. So let's look at the word of the Bible about waiting and patience. Look, Romans 5, which is very important chapter, saying that we also glory in tribulation, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance. Perseverance is waiting for long waiting, long suffering. Yes? But listen to this. And perseverance produces character. Character produce a characteristic personality. It will be a new character added to you just to be patient. So here I am not waiting for anything. I am not waiting for a response. I am not waiting for a result or achieving a goal. I am waiting to be patient. Yes? So what is this? This patient, the characteristic of patient, it will train you to be the person for tomorrow, to be the person who can cope with any stress. Now, they are telling us we need to live with this coronavirus and we need to have a new norm, a new life. That will be our life. Yeah? So we are not waiting for this coronavirus to finish. You need to live with it. So to live with it means you need to be patient in your personality. And this will not happen just by waiting. No, it's a sign of the Spirit of God working in you. And you need to pray for that. Do we remember the fruit of Spirit? Look at Galatians 5 about the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering. Long suffering, yeah? Long suffering here, waiting with, or patient with no expectation. And I can also find that psychologists telling me about this long suffering, about this patient, that the person for tomorrow is the person with patient who can deal with any experience because the person has the patient as a character. That's what we need to do. Yes, perseverance produces character. We need to keep this inside us, that perseverance produces character. So be the person for tomorrow by keeping patient, and patient is not waiting for result, but patient to be a person who can cope with anything in life. God bless you, and I will see you next time.